Tip Whip got its name by catering to college students. It doesn't charge cab fare. It only asks for tips for the student drivers. 100 Nights has applied for a zoning variance in order to earn a lodging license with tax credits for assistance in funding. The zoning board meeting to discuss the variance will be held May 1st and will be open to the public. Keene's future may be in keeping younger workers here and attracting businesses to capitalize on that workforce. Being a part of that workforce may mean more opportunities for college graduates. Laura Briggs and her 3 children have spent many nights at the shelter 100 Nights.
I greatly appreciate the 100 Night services. It's helped me tremendously, but at the same time, you know, is it really a place to have children? No.
Laura and her family are just one of a growing number of families using the shelter. This past winter season, 100 Nights saw an unprecedented number of children in need of shelter, among other needs the building and its workers provide. In fact, the last 2 years in a row, the shelter has served record numbers.
Because we had seemingly outgrown the space here and the rent had gone up, the combination of the two led us to believe that we should start looking for places that had more square footage for less money.
Cambier says she needs more space at a more fiscally suitable rate. She's looking at a building at 3234 Rear Washington Street next to the Southwestern New Hampshire District Fire Mutual Aid Building. The new building would offer 12,000 square feet of space compared to the 3,300 square feet the current location offers. With that much more room, Cambier says the shelter could install a men's and women's bathroom with a sink and shower in each.
One of the reasons that we hoped to find a bigger space so that we could actually have a room that was bunk beds for men, bunk beds for women, and then a couple, 2, 3 dedicated family rooms if need be.
100 Nights currently has 26 beds. In the new space, Cambier hopes to have 4 family rooms in addition to an estimation of 40 to 50 beds available to guests. That's important to people like Laura who has a family. Laura says she doesn't know what she would do without 100 Nights.
I would gladly take that than being out on the street. I mean, I don't even have a car right now, but if I had a car right now, I'd be in the car with my own children. That's how bad it.
100 Nights has applied for a zoning variance in order to earn a lodging license with tax credits for assistance in funding. The zoning board meeting to discuss the variance will be held May 1st and will be open to the public. There's good news in Keene when it comes to the job market. The city of Keene and the rest of Cheshire County has hit a substantial low for unemployment. By the end of 2016, the state of New Hampshire had an unemployment rate of 2.5%. while Cheshire County ended the year at 2.4%. In comparison, this puts Cheshire County 2.5% below the national average of 4.9%. Since becoming mayor of Keene, Mayor Kendall Lane has been working in collaboration with New Hampshire Employment Security to collect data on the job market. Mayor Lane says although the unemployment rate is low, the area's small labor force is a concern.
Keene, the Monadnock region, has one of the lower unemployment rates in the state of New Hampshire. That's fine as far as it goes, but it basically means that there's no base of employment out there to fill the available jobs.
Cheshire County's current workforce is 41,000 people, with over 40,000 of them being employed. That looks like a stable number, but there is some fluctuation.
The other thing is, when you see the New Hampshire unemployment rate that we release on a monthly basis, that is seasonally adjusted because there are some certain events that take place on an annual basis.
DeMay says the flow of college students into the workforce can change the numbers. Since students who struggle finding work at first are marked as unemployed, the adjustment is to provide new and accurate statistics for when those students find jobs. Older workers leaving the workforce also need to be accounted for.
We also have one of the older populations in the state, New Hampshire being one of the older states in the nation, so that we have a large number of people that are retiring on a regular basis from their existing employment.
Keene's future may be in keeping younger workers here and attracting businesses to capitalize on that workforce. Being a part of that workforce may mean more opportunities for college graduates. TipWhip is a student-run taxi service that is trying to change how Keene State College students get around town, and it's just for students. You can only use the TipWhip app if you have a student email. TipWhip got its name by catering to college students. It doesn't charge cab fare. It only asks for tips for the student drivers.
TipWhip knows that college kids are on a budget and know that, we don't have money to just throw for fares all the time. So instead of paying a fare for your ride, you can tip anything from $1 to, if you want to make a customizable tip. So you literally just throw them a tip as a thank you.
An essential part of TipWhip is ensuring safety for those who use the new taxi service. For students to become drivers, they must have a 4-door car that can pass the safety inspection, go through an interview process, and sign a contract. After completing this process, KSC sophomore Taylor Casperson recently became a TipWhip driver. With a lot of experience driving her friends around, Casperson says she's prepared for the responsibility of being a TipWhip driver.
Well, like I said, I'm always doing that with my friends anyway, so I feel like it's no really different, so.
TipWhip aims to provide a certain comfort level with customers, with the drivers being fellow students. Unlike Uber and other taxi services, student riders can depend on a familiarity with the driver being a friend or fellow classmate. This level of comfort and familiarity makes TipWhip unique compared to other services. Jackson says she uses Uber when she is not at school and sometimes feels uncomfortable with the driver being a stranger.
You get a little standoffish with them, and as you just don't know when you're in a car with a stranger. So the whole point is to really make kids feel comfortable, and chances are you probably know the driver, and chances are you probably know the rider.
The service has been in Keene now for 3 weeks. Jackson says so far it has operated with no problems.